Davidtki playing Shovel Knight. He's going to do a little bit of Specter Knight for us, any percent.
Hey, me. Well, specifically, Specter of Torment. So wait, am I good to go? Sweet. Alright, so on the schedule we have a race between myself and Amps, but unfortunately Amps could not make it tonight. So it's just gonna be me, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in 3, 2, 1, go. We'll see how much I can explain as I go along, because this game is very execution heavy and requires a lot of concentration. So first of all, this is Specter Knight, DLC for Shovel Knight. He plays a little differently. Oops, missed that. I was supposed to clear that ledge with the dash. Anyways, he can climb walls. Those green walls, you can't climb them. He can dash Betos and dash off of them. That one I have to climb. Next to him, I'm going to go for a little trick. Try to clip the corner here. That was a little high, but I managed to bounce off the exploding block. And I'm going. Game audio is really low. Okay, I will fix that once I finish playing. Alright, so Specter can dash off of things. It's sometimes a double dash like that. This big dragon, I'm going to have to do a damage boost to get past him. Perfect. The timing on that is precise. Alright, in this room I gotta slash these blocks on the way up because, oops, because bouncing off of them with my feet, I can do that. It's a little bit slow. This dirt mountain can be bad too. That way, maybe not the fastest, but it's safe. I don't know if this triple dash is faster, but it looks really cool. And I am grabbing these red skulls. I'm going to need a couple of curios throughout the run. That Willful Wisp up there is helpful for newer runners if you need the extra health to finish the run. I am experienced enough at this game that I don't need it. 3 slashes there is about the timing for this dragon. Bounce off of him to get another red skull here. I'm going to need 15 red skulls in total. Oops. Oddly enough, this is the one campaign in which Shovel Knight doesn't show up at all, so far. End of Plains, I'm coming up on Black Knight, and this is probably by far the easiest incarnation of Black Knight. Because it's going to go a little something like this. Yeah, he shows up, I hit him, and then I bounce, bounce, bounce. I'm using that second waterfall as a visual cue, don't let him get past that. With 4 hits left, just go for the finish because he's going to rear up. Alright, this is a good time for me to turn up my game audio. Alright, let me know how that is. I just bumped it up. Yeah, Black Knight 1 is super easy. He's never a threat. I want to be at about 1600 gold at the end of Plains. 1570 is alright. Gold management is important throughout this run. Alright, then I will bump up more game audio at the end of Flying Machine. Speaking of which, this is the first stage we're going to, Flying Machine. So the reason we go to this stage, there's 2 reasons for it. Basically, it's classified as a harder stage, so we're going to get a lot more gold for completing this one. We need a lot of gold really quick. and the other is that this stage unlocks the Judgment Rush. That's going to be a super useful curio, one of the few movement curios we actually get. I'm trying to get through this stage as quick as I can. I actually messed that up a bit. There's another Will-O-Wisp up there if you need the health upgrade, but starting in this stage you can start breaking checkpoints for extra money. So, since this is already a harder stage, this is going to get pretty dangerous pretty fast. I grabbed some wall gems earlier for safety. Yeah, all gold marathon strat. We got a mini boss coming up here, Dinghy Dropper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually messed up that fight a little bit, but that's alright. I normally break that checkpoint during PB attempts, but I'm leaving it up for marathon safety. I grabbed some wall gems earlier just to keep things safe. Coming up next is an auto-scroller, and hey, maybe that's a good time to bump up the audio. It's also a good time to swag, because you can't make this go any faster, so just kind of show off all your fancy moves. Yeah, this is a good time for audio, so boop. A little more audio. Alright. That should about do it. What do you think? I will never twerk. I'm not doing the twerk. I'm not a twerker. What do you take me for? I'm not a twerker, I'm a shark. Look, how does a dead man get it up? I don't know, he doesn't get any blood there. How? Not Plague of Shadows though. Oh gosh. Man, Plague Knight is love or hate. Mostly hate. I know what Moo does. I'm different. Alright, yeah, focus on the run. This room isn't too scary. I mean, if you die here in a PB attempt, you go all the way back to the beginning. Oh, triple Jawa room. This is one of the worst rooms in this level. Those things... Woohoo! That was perfect. Uh-oh. The damage boost. I've never seen that. Okay. Right. Well, I want to be at ideally 57 around here. 54 is minimum. 55, I guess, is okay. Okay, so Propeller Knight, he's actually going to be a pretty easy fight. I want to get 10 hits on him in phase 1. Yeah, got it. 10 hits in phase 1. B to the left side so he appears on the right. Right's better. Uh-oh. That's an okay fight. Okay, yeah. That Propeller Knight's not too hard of a fight. Like, once you get him down, like, you get the timing, and he does his jab, but when you hit him, he goes right through you. He can't hit you if you hit him first. Oh, but by doing that, we unlock the Judgment Rush curio, which costs 10 skulls. And you're gonna see why we use it, because it goes through walls and flies across rooms. But the other thing is, what did we need all this money for? Menus are hard. Well, we needed to unlock this guy. Because we're gonna get the rail mail, and now we are skater boys. So he was a skater boy, he said see you later boy. Now we go to Explodatorium, because the Explodatorium unlocks the next curio we need. It's going to be the Bounding Soul. We need 5 red skulls for it, so we need 2 more. And yeah, you're going to see we're skating around everywhere. We're moving much faster. I'm actually trying to get through these first couple of rooms as quickly as possible. There's a pot cycle later on that I want to make. That might miss it. Whew, that's definitely going to miss it unless I skip breaking a checkpoint, which I'm actually thinking I'm gonna do. Yeah, I normally break this checkpoint, but since I'm behind, I'm gonna skip that. I feel like I'm behind. Yeah, I didn't make the cycle, even skipping the checkpoint. Oh well, that's fine. The gold can be made up. There's backup gold everywhere. Ow. And this will be the final red scroll we need. This next room is going to be kind of long and dangerous, but there's ways through it. First of all, damage boost through there. That should be the last bit of damage. Alright, slash ups. Oops. Judgment rush through this guy from safety because I didn't get the up slash on the Skeletor. And brings us to Alchemister. This movement is a lot harder than it looks. Ow. See, because if I hit the wall, I can fall on my butt and lose a lot of slashes that way. That's okay. Alchemister went. Okay, damage boost here. Oops. This might miss me the fire cycle. In fact, this is definitely putting me behind cycle. Yeah, I missed it. If you're behind this cycle, then you gotta wait for it. You just can't bulldoze past it. I think I have enough health for Plague Knight. Yeah, Plague Knight can be a pretty difficult fight, but once you figure out the pattern, or, well, he's actually got randomness, but he can be red. So basically, I'm gonna go to the right. This beginning's always the same. 5 slashes. He's gonna jump toward me. Oh yeah, the real one is carrying a blue flask and is a slightly darker shade of green. That must have been one hit left, huh? Eh. Not the best Plague Knight fight, but I'll take it. If I'm only 8 seconds behind PB, then I'm still doing okay. So I'm definitely going to be a little bit low on money at this point because I skipped breaking a checkpoint. Toward the end of this memory, I really want to be around 4,000. I'm probably going to be at 3,400 based on what I did. Oops. Now I am definitely behind. Okay, I missed a 200 gem there. I actually am thinking that I might need some extra gold that I don't normally get in this flashback. Get chest? I'm getting this wall. That catches me up a little bit. Puts me at 3,700, which is still a little low, but I can make do with this. Anyways, with Explodatorium over, we're gonna go ahead and unlock the Founding Soul Curio. So make sure you study up on trigonometry when you use this thing, because it bounces at angles. You can have 2 on the screen at a time, and you know, it seems unimpressive at first. 2 at a time, they dissipate on contact. So what's the big deal, like? What? What's the big deal, right? You'll find out later. But for now, with our 2 curios in possession, we're just gonna go through the rest of the stages from left to right, starting with Lost City, which is one of the worst stages in the game, because there's lots of tricks in this stage, and lots of ways to die. The lava's instant death. These first couple of rooms aren't too bad, but whoa, I almost fell into the lava right there. And so here we've got Beetle. It's sort of an auto-scroller, but we don't want to wait for that. Instead, I'm just going to jump over here, double slash off that lantern. You know, rail mail helps a lot. It really helps make all these jumps. This room I have to go pretty quick to make this lantern cycle. If I made this one, then I can just jump right over this without building up speed first. There's a faster way through this room, but Judgment Rush is quicker and safer. And I actually missed a thing. Oh, don't blink because... Whoa! Yeah, like that. Lost City can be the death of you. It's easy to die in this stage. Luckily, my money was easy to get back. Woo, that was close. First use of Bounding Soul for a trick like that. Avoid killing those slimes. It ain't much. There's more tricks like that later, but that's the first one you're gonna see, and maybe the only one you see before I upgrade Bounding Soul later. Oh, and we don't need to do this whole room. So Beetle 2, again, it can be skipped, and in fact it's much easier than Beetle 1 skip. You know, because you can just jump there and then Judgment Rush. It's possible to clip through this lava, but I'm already short on gold, and so I'm not gonna risk it. Let's break this checkpoint, because Mole Knight is not a threat. Sorry, that took a little concentration. But, yeah, Bounding Soul did a little extra damage to him as he went across the screen, but, you know, not too much, but it helped a little bit. And I knew he was going to give me 2,000 gold. I wanted to be at 5,000 or above at the end of the stage, so that now I have 7,000, which means I can go up here and wake up this guy. 3,000 to wake him up, and then 4,000 to upgrade my Bounding Soul. Which means next we can go to Iron Well, but before that happens, Squeeze is going to break into the window here. And so, we're going to see what an upgraded Bounding Soul does. Unfortunately, this fight's super technical and requires immense concentration. Ow. I've already messed it up. Yeah, you mess up this fight, he can get away from you fast, and it's hard to chase him down. Is there a low percent run? If so, what is it like? Low percent basically doesn't get the rail mail or any of these curios, so you're basically walking through stages, slashing everything with the scythe. So anyways, this brings us to Iron Whale. Another double dash there. Anyways, this is the water stage, and so it's got Mega Man-like mechanics. You fall slow and you jump high. Basically, you're just going to be railing through this stage, bouncing off things as you can, using Judgment Rush to attack things as they come up, like these tentacles. Oh, but there's a neat little trick here, where this tentacle... Yeah, the non-head part is invincible, but you wouldn't know that from the way I just kind of dashed through the wall there. Oh, I'm keeping an eye on my gold. I'm actually above where I want to be here. Probably because of the checkpoint I broke. So, there's a wall gem in there. If I was below 1600, I would grab it, but I don't need to. Coming up after this is going to be another mini-boss fight. This is the Teethalon, but we call him the 420 fish because he's random and has a tendency to go too high. Better watch out though. Those fish could hit me into the water. It's gonna take 12 hits to take this thing down. But note that the Bounding Soul, when it bounces, can hit again. I'm fine. I nearly died. Good thing I left that one platform up, huh? Anyways, Specter's probably the one campaign in which the Teethalon is the smallest threat. But enough now. Coming up is a room with a big fish we call Big Bertha. I think its real name is like Lunka something, I don't know. This thing is gonna do half my health and damage if it touches me. And luckily the anchor killed it, but that basically means I was slow going through that room. Anyways, 2,000 gold is where I want to be at the end of this stage. I'm just gonna ride this missile. It's a little safer. Oh, and coming up is the Treasure Knight fight. Don't blink. Lanka S. That sounds about right. Alright, step forward, take the hit. 4 souls. Slash twice. Slash 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, it's dead. That is what an upgraded Bounding Soul does for you. Oh, and I wanted to kill treasure near the bottom there because the falling animation is too long. Ouch. Took a little bonk. So, I wanted to be at 4,000 because there was Darkness Wisp in the stage, and I didn't get it. It's faster to just buy it for 4,000 at the hub. Alright, coming up next is Lich Yard. This stage basically has mechanics where some of the rooms are dark, and it has lots of skeletons and frogs. Lucky for us, we're skipping most of the room. Damage boost here. Just faster than rushing. And yeah, you can see the darkness in action. Well, you can't see it in action, ha ha ha! Yeah, the darkness is not too much problem for an expert speedrunner, because they know where everything is, what all the patterns are going to be. Oh yeah, that room is highly technical. This room, however, super easy. I'm not sure what else to say. I guess one thing I'll comment on is that there are some places where it seems like I could use Judgment Rush and I don't. Part of the reason for that is that the targeting is wonky, but the major reason is the small delay when charging up. The rush is a lot more than it seems. Whoops! I tried to go for a 6 dash there. That's what I get for trying to show off. By the way, I'm David. My file name should remind you of that every time I die. I'm not too bothered by the lost gold, because I don't plan on buying anything after this stage, and the stage after this is going to give me more than enough for what I need. Okay, so Phantom Striker. This is going to be a very difficult fight, but I'm basically aiming for the 2 cycle here. That might not do it. That skips 1 cycle, but I didn't do enough damage to finish him off there. Oh boy. I actually messed that up a lot. So, got the 4 cycle, but oh well, that's alright. This guy is super tricky starting out, like especially low percent, but once you figure out how he works, then he becomes pretty easy. I mean, he's hard to 2 cycle, but he's easy to defeat. Oh, chat, I'm gonna need you to give me your energy, because we have the second flashback. In the second room of this flashback, we're gonna run through a long room, and Luan here is also gonna run, so I need you to say, "Go Luan, go!" So, type in chat, "Go Luan, go," because he can double back or stop, and if he does, I'm gonna lose a second. Oh, he doubled back! What a jerk. That lost me about a second, because I had to wait for him to catch up. Oh, and the first memory had caltrops. I didn't find them. I get them for free in this memory. That's a little scary, but that's right. And yeah, I don't need that platform on the left. Coming up is the Shield Knight fight, and this fight's pretty difficult casually. Basically, she has a giant shield, so you can't hit her from in front, and it's highly technical. Uh-oh. I'm messing it up already. So I'm gonna have to improvise here because I have messed up the quick kill. Uh-oh. I am actually quite dead. Hi, I'm Specter? Apparently Donovan has no name. Yet, the Shield Knight fight's one of those fights that can go super wrong. Oh. Whoa, am I playing on PC or console? I am playing on the PC, but I have a PS4 controller. This is actually the worst this fight has gone in a while. There we go, there we go. Yeah, Shield Knight, it has a specific kill, and that kill's not too hard to execute, but when you're rusty, or when you get things just slightly off, then like Reese, you have to improvise the fight, and sometimes it just doesn't go well. Anyways, coming up next is Clockwork Tower. And this is the longest stage in the game, basically because it has 2 auto-scrollers, and they can't be skipped. There's gonna be some conservation of darkness here. I killed that second rat there on purpose, just to get some darkness back. And that rat I don't need. I'm at the exact darkness that I need. Before I get to the first auto-scroller, I'm gonna be completely out of darkness. Oh, this room, you need to be a little fast here, but not too fast, because if you're fast enough, you can do that and make it. With the amount of darkness I have, I can go ahead and do this rush. I'm gonna get darkness back from one of those puppers. Gives me enough to rush through here, and now I'm out of darkness, but that's fine, because I'm gonna get refills right before the auto-scroller. Oh, and the checkpoint there? Too far out of the way, not getting it. One of the bad things about this stage is that nearly every single checkpoint is out of the way. So, like, if you're wanting to play optimally, then you have to go through the entire stage without dying, and if you die anywhere, then you wait a very long time because of the 2 auto-scrollers. And it's not that hard of a stage, it's just a minor risk thing. Oh, and if you happen to have rail mail for this, you can just hold down here, show off to all your friends at work. You're gonna do some cool tricks off the cylinder there. Yeah, if you really want a good run, you gotta swag by railing off the spikes. The rail will protect you, but if you bonk and land on your butt, then you're gone. I don't need this skull, but I can just get it. It occurs to me that I did not grab that. I actually do grab that checkpoint for safety, but optimally I wouldn't. Oh, and I can climb over the wall there. There's no ceiling. Oh, and there's a neat little trick here where you can bounce off this cog, and I got it, but then messed up. That's okay, got it this time around. 2 health actually seems like enough for the rest of this stage. So, look at this Dark Knight, bounce off of him, go over here, second auto-scroller. No. Baited. I'm not gonna twerk for you. So there is health right before Tinker Knight, and he is actually much more dangerous than he appears in this campaign. there's a specific quick kill that you know what? I will detour for the food for safety. Because he's not that... Once you learn the kill, he's alright. But if something goes wrong, his gear can do a full circle of damage, and I won't have a lot of wiggle room. So normally going through here, I would slash at this thing to raise the platform, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to go in here for the extra health. Gotta stay safe. Marathon. In fact, that kill went so well that I actually skipped an attack. That was a really good Tinker 1 kill, but there's a Tinker 2. And for this kill, basically you want to throw these bounding souls in a very specific pattern. But more importantly, you just don't want to fall. Because if you fall, then you're going to have to either wait for the platforms to align or Judgment Rush your way back up, and it's going to cost a whole lot. So best to take it slow and make sure you don't fall, unless you're comfortable enough to do a quick kill. And then I get my second darkness upgrade here, but that's the last upgrade I need. I have everything to complete the run now. Gold doesn't matter anymore, red skulls don't matter anymore. Oh, and say hi to Baz. He's gonna come in, flex for a bit, whip it good, and then leave. Alright, coming up next is Pridemore Keep, where King Knight lives, and this is my favorite stage, like, in this run, because pretty much every single room has tricks of some sort. It all looks different. Rush through there, slash here, make the pot. I did not make the pot cycle. If I was fast enough, I could have gotten past that pot without the lava. Anyways, I have enough darkness here to just rush through everything here. Oh, and then in the next room, there's a Duck Knight named Paul Blart. Say hi, Paul Blart. Bye, Paul Blart. Yeah, I just slashed right through him. He actually is really good at blocking your way. Most people just use Judgment Rush to get past him, but with the proper timing of slash, you can just slide right through him. Oh, and those books were supposed to create platforms, but, you know, we don't need them. Climb up the wall, damage boost, rail. Oh, and don't wait for this chandelier either. This dinner plate is random, and I got the best luck. My health's back to full. So if my health had not gotten back to full, then I would have had to stop here for food. But I can skip this room with a Judgment Rush. This room, this jump is highly specific, but can get you past there. Bounding Soul to activate this book, so I don't have to go down. And then, I gotta mind the pot cycles here. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh yeah, and a bounce off that wall gets you right past there. So, this is actually a little low health, and there's no place for me to get it conveniently. So, King Knight, again, is a little harder than he appears. But Bounding Soul is super useful against him, so you're basically gonna bounce off him. And he's dead. And he fell down a pit. That cost me a little time. Yeah, King Knight can be... Yeah, if King Knight had gone down those pits, he would have hovered. Like, and then I would have lost a lot of time like that. Oh, and then this is the final memory. It's a cutscene. So, skip the cutscene, and then just come along, go on my way. And I don't really need anything else, so I'm just going to take this lower path, get rid of this wall in my way. And then we're going to go to Stranded Ship, Polar Night stage, where the rail mechanic was introduced in the first place. So, I gotta conserve my darkness again, because I just don't have enough for every trick in the stage. So yeah, those blue and red rails, well, they make you slide around on your side. Blue makes you go right, red makes you go left. And they do this even without rail mail. Alright, so I gotta conserve darkness a little bit here, because there's this bird that I can one cycle, but the positioning on that is pretty precise. I'm gonna need all this mana for some tricks coming up here. You see these switches, they change the positions of the walls. Well, my Bounding Soul can activate them, so that didn't feel right. Okay, that was right. Okay, so actually, although I can just do that, that checkpoint doesn't matter, there's nothing that can kill me here. But yeah, with Bounding Soul to activate those things, they also switch the directions of the rails. Whoa. That's not what I intended to do, but I'll take it. My darkness is a little low here, so I can dash off this guy. I'm gonna kill this wolf on purpose, so that I have enough darkness for one more rush. I'm gonna do this. The timing on that's pretty specific. I actually have to slow down here, just to make sure I don't bonk my head against that guy. And then this is the last long room. There's not really much to do here, except just get everything. Oh, if you're doing low percent, watch out for that skull. Checkpoint for safety, and then we're coming up on Polar Night, and there's a very specific kill here. 2 souls like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the hit. 1, 2, 1, 2. I didn't manage to start sliding, but that's okay. The backup kill was alright. There are way faster kills than that, but that's good enough for, you know, basically just getting it over with. Alright, so that's the last of the 8 nights, which brings us to the final 2 levels, the Tower of Fate. But first we got a little cutscene action here. Black Knight comes here, taunts us, and then reveals that, hey, Enchantress was Shield Knight the whole time. Specter Knight gets mad and realizes that they just used the same plot twist they used in the original campaign, so now he's on a roaring rampage of revenge. Gonna go in here, rush a few of these things. So Tower 1 basically throws everything the previous levels threw at you all in one stage. I'm supposed to get that second book, but I'm fast enough to not need it. And I actually messed up timing there. Yeah, that spike rail isn't nearly as scary as it appears. It's actually faster than another method we used to do. Okay, so this is the crush room. There's not a lot we can do to skip cycles. I mean, this right here is enough to skip a cycle. But apart from that, you're basically just waiting for the things to go. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, made it through there just fine. Yeah, rail mail allows you to make a lot of these jumps. And then this room is much less scary than it appears. Just hold left and you win. Oh, and then Lunka is gonna make a return here. And I'm already going kind of slow. That's not what that room's supposed to look like. Yeet! Yeah. See, I messed up that room a bit, and my backup didn't work. That's alright, we can try it again. Lunka just causes lots of problems. I mean, normally this one's actually way easier than Iron Whale. I just kind of messed it up a bit. Yeah, there was that blue orb thing, and I'm supposed to use it to get through this part. But you can just bounce off this thing like that to get past it. Oh, and then this is probably the funnest auto-scroller in the game. Well, basically, lots of things to play around with, so do what you want. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be crawling off the wall and bouncing off the wall, but why bother? I can just use the lantern the whole way. Most of the way. Oh, there's a specific visual cue here. Now, I'm waiting for a block and a half to be visible so I can make that jump. And then this is a rail in the dark. Nothing scary. But what is scary is the return of Black Knight. Because he's going to be on a flying turtle, and he's nearly impossible to hit while on that turtle. So, I'm going to have to knock him off. Line up the shot here, fire. He's down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I've messed up the dance. And he's back on his turtle, so now we are improvising this fight. You can bounce off of him in a pattern like this, but it's much harder to maintain. He's gonna do his little bouncy attack. Now this is an opportunity to knock him off again. Almost. Yeah, Black Knight 2 is a very difficult fight. Yeah, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. When it goes well, it feels so good. Yeah, you can see the turtle just gets in the way of everything. And when he does his bouncing attack there... Okay, I got this. I think? Yeah, I got him. Yeah, Black Knight is so difficult. On the very last hit, he gets back on the turtle one last time just to mess with you. And there's a specific way to throw Bounding Souls that basically guarantees you to finish him off there. But he is never a fun fight. Alright, this brings us to Tower of Fate 2, final level. Okay, I probably should have mentioned this shark suit, but it is damn hot in here. Oh, I call this Tower of Hera. It should be obvious why. But I don't want to do this. I'm just going to dash up here and then... Well, looks like I'm improvising again. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, that's not what I was supposed to do there. Oh well, so I'll just go through this the normal way. Oh, I'm waiting for a visual cue here, because platforms are gonna appear, but I want to go before they appear, so yeah, like that. Rail, jump. That's not nearly as scary as it looks. Whoops! Whoa, I forgot to jump there. I guess I'm a little nervous. Or something like that, I don't know. Alright, so, damage boost here, 1, 2, 3, 4 souls, she's gonna start diving. Did not cooperate, and look at my health, good thing I grabbed the checkpoint. She's dead. No? There we go. Hi, Brass Wolf. This one's not going too great, but hey, I managed to finish her off without the death. That Enchantress fight, again, did not go to plan, but oh well. This is Nightmare Reese. He's actually super easy casually, but, well, a nightmare speedrunning. Because these rails, they're RNG. I'm actually gonna skip half of this attack right there. Because he does set rear back when he's taken 3.5 circles of damage. So I actually wanted to do just... He does this attack again at 4.5. I wanted to line things up. Ooh. Yeah, this isn't the fight I wanted, but oof. But yeah, if you do things right, you can skip this last section. But time. Yeah, time was on last hit. According to my live split, 43:52, which is actually particularly awful for me. I almost never get anything slower than 42, but oh well, marathon. That's Specter of Torment. And yeah, with all of that, once you've finally come here and beaten Enchantress, Specter Knight gives away his freedom to save Reese's. Alright, so what do we have coming up next? Totally rad. Awesome. So I'm just gonna leave it there and say good luck to Uber and good luck to everyone else for the rest of the marathon, and let's hope we hit that goal.
Alright, thanks again for the run, David, and like you said, we are moving on to some even more retro runs here. 99er is going to show us Totally Rad, and then right after that, Little Samson.